High
Hey.
heels on my tippies.
Say
and Gabbana, that's on my titties.
Yeah.
I can't stop singing it.
That song is addicting. Nicki really did something with that.
With that whole album. Oh, God.
She always does. She literally is
everything
so
and
great.
more. I can't wait to see her live. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Welcome back to Bitches in the Breakroom. I'm Kate.
I'm Courtney.
And we're Nicki stans.
Yeah, we sure are.
What's your favorite song from her album? Is it that one?
I think Beep Beep.
Beep.
Beep,
Wait, no.
Beep. Is that bleep?
Is that you talking to me? Is that deep? If I don't even know you exist, is that beef?
When get they jaw broke?
Is that teeth? Murder, 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 murder. What if we get copyrighted?
Oh my God, because we sound just
we
like
sound
her.
just like her.
Dude, that happened to me one time. I posted a video on my Instagram story back in like 2017, 2018 maybe, and I was singing Alicia Keys, but there was no background music. It was just me singing Alicia Keys, and I literally got a notification.
What?
Yeah, it was like copyright, like whatever, and I was like, did I sound that much like her?
Wow.
Like, yeah, that's why like I have an ongoing joke where I'm like, yeah, people have told me I sound just like Alicia Keys when I sing.
Oh
like,
my God.
I don't, but like Instagram thought that I was Alicia Keys posing.
Yeah, that's
like,
funny.
damn, yeah,
that might happen to us in this episode.
probably because we just like literally just sounded exactly like it.
In my mind, I sound like Nicki Minaj when I drink.
Yeah.
I like Big Difference. That is my fucking jam.
Yeah,
my jam.
That's
Ew.
my jam. Rock on.
Oh God, I feel like I just
Wow.
aged myself.
Hey, that's okay.
Wow. So yeah, go Nicki. If you haven't listened to Pink Friday 2, what the fuck are you doing?
Nicki, do you want to make a deal with us?
Yeah, Nicki, sponsor
Hop on
us.
the pod.
Yeah,
Hop
please.
on the pod.
Please.
Yes.
Anywho. Hi.
Hey. Don't mind my appearance right now.
Just a little blankie on.
I've got a binky. I've got my binky and I've got a flannel on and I am wearing slippers and it's not my best look.
Have you been wearing those the whole time?
Sure have.
Oh. I did not even notice.
Yep.
It's okay.
Didn't feel like putting shoes on.
We're always on two very different vibes.
I know.
You're comfy cozy and I'm like,
you like look good. Like you're like put together.
it's because I'm going somewhere after this.
Okay.
So I have to look the part, you know?
Yeah, of course. Of course. I'm going to rot in my bed after this.
Yeah. I wish I could do that. I love doing that.
Yeah, it's my fave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
speaking of appearance.
ooh. Good little segue. Yeah, we want to talk about appearance.
Yeah, I feel like in any job and in any area of life, the way that you present yourself to the world is very important. You know, that's the impression that you want to give the people around you. How you dress yourself, how you put yourself together. That is how you're going to be perceived, right? Like how you feel and how you look is how you're going to be perceived. And I think that it's just an important thing with charging clients to look the part. You know, that's not saying that there's like a one way of doing that, but like if I pulled up to work looking like this right now and I'm like, yeah, your color correction today is going to be $5.50.
And you're like,
who the hell is going to take me seriously like that? Like the work can be quality, but the experience also needs to be quality, in my opinion.
Courtney, what if I start sending people home? If they come in, like, and I'm just like, no.
Pack your shit and
would
leave.
be
Like, yo,
psychotic.
that would be insane.
No, but I agree with you. I think especially if you are wanting to be like a higher end stylist and charge more than the average, I think your appearance is really important because it kind of reflects your work ethic in a way. Like if you don't have the energy to like look nice for someone who's paying for a service, how are they going to believe that you have the energy and not be lazy
on their hair?
Totally. So I don't know. I think it's kind of like a direct reflection, but I think this might be a controversial subject.
It may be. Everything is these days. No, but I mean, I feel like the man that I've been seeing, he always talks about how I have like really good hair, and he's like, but like that makes sense because you do hair, so like your hair needs to be good. And I was like, you know, I've never really thought of that, but like, yeah, like I do need to have like good hair. Like, what client's gonna trust me if they come and sit in my chair and my hair is melted off? Like,
or like just like,
how are they gonna feel
like
safe?
this, and you're like, hey.
Like disheveled and like, you know, like, why would they trust me with what their hair is gonna look like if I'm looking? Speaking of hair, you're just looking like kind of crazy in the back right now.
Is that
just when you did just like it?
What did I do? Where do I fix it?
Hang on, stay right there. I'm just gonna show you.
Wait, I'm embarrassed.
Just stay right there.
Is that Orbe dry texture? Oh my god. Ew.
I'm so happy that I have this photo in my phone forever and ever and ever.
Courtney, is it better?
Yes, it's better now. It was just like the flip, it like got stuck on itself and like
it's
whatever.
that Orbe dry texture, I'm telling you.
It works.
That thing works.
That thing works. No, but I had never thought of that until he said it. But it's like, if I were going in to get my hair done and my hairstylist had like really bad hair, like say you're like a Vivid's stylist and your clients are coming in for like Vivids and you have Vivid color hair, but it looks like really poorly done, like it looks really bad, like your client's gonna have a little bit of distrust with you.
Yeah.
And like if my clients came in and I had like obvious foil lines in my head and like not blended, it like looked like they'd be like, okay, you know, like it's just one of those things. And I don't think that that's unfair. Like, I don't think that that's an unfair perspective for a client. Like, I think if I was going into, I don't know, like get my eyebrows waxed and the person who was waxing my eyebrows had no eyebrows, like really thin eyebrows, I would be like, maybe this isn't a good fit because is that what mine are going to look like? You know what I mean? Like that, it's just like kind of one of those things. Like there's no,
you have to look
right
the part.
Or wrong. Yeah. There's no right or wrong, but like you also want to look the part of what you're providing. In my opinion, that's like if you go into a really like grungy like alt salon and like you're wearing like a like fairy girl dress and like whatever, like people are gonna be a little thrown, you know. Like if you're wearing like a like churchy dress but you're in like this like cool like grungy environment, like people are gonna be like probably a little confused. There's no wrong thing about it, but it's like fitting your part, you know. Like what is your brand as an individual, as a stylist? What is your brand? And how do you want your clients to perceive you?
And I think it's also like it can be confusing because we're in the beauty industry, right? And I think it can be taken wrong where people are like, well, I should like be able to express myself, and if I want to come in with no makeup and jogging pants, like I should be able to do that. But I don't really agree with that. I really don't. Now, I know, like, maybe if you're in a suite and, like, your regulars coming in.
Yeah,
like, I get that, but I think overall you should be putting in the effort to look the part. What happened?
I was just sitting there wiping my nose.
Oh, no, you're okay.
So gross.
But I think there's, like, a line of professionalism. If you are charging someone money for a service, it's almost like a respect thing to the client. I don't know. I couldn't imagine charging someone for hair extensions, which is a lot of money, right? It's a huge investment, and like rolling up and not looking the part. Like I'm worth it. Like you have to play your part. You have to be worth what you're charging. How can they take you serious? But I think it's a little, I don't want to say controversial. I know I said that in the beginning, but I feel like it could just go. I can see the opposing side of it.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. Well, I get, like, I'm all about express yourself. Like, express yourself. And I feel like even within the lines of me, like, wanting to present myself in a professional way, it's still my style. And it's still my, you know, like.
You look nice.
We don't always wear the same things. Yeah. You know, like, at work. Like, I'll wear, like, overalls. But, like, it's like cute,
like you
know,
tried.
Like, yeah, like I like made myself look cute in the process. Like I made it's obvious that I like got ready and like put effort into myself. Like just look like you put energy into yourself. I've woken up 10 minutes before leaving for work and I'm like,
you would never know.
You would not know. Literally, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, and I think also specifically with being a hairstylist, I think your hair should always be done, because if you walk in somewhere and you're stressing to someone the importance of hair, the beauty of hair, how it needs to look good, how can you recreate this look when you leave, and you have a bun and your hair's all frizzy and you look a mess, it's like you're almost being hypocritical.
Totally.
You know, how are you gonna, you practice what you preach, like you have to. I've never ever came into work with my hair looking a mess. It could be in a claw clip, but it looks cute in the claw clip. It could be in a low pony, but she's slicked back. Like it's never just like thrown up where it in the I put my head upside down and did a pony, and I'm like, hey girl, like it's never gonna look like that.
Like just look like you've done it at least. Like I have bad hair days all the time. I'll put on like a baseball hat and like coordinate my outfit with it, you know, like baseball hat, t-shirt, blazer, like boom, like it's like cute.
You can be
it's
comfortable
like trendy,
and still
you know?
look cute.
Like it's not hard. Like right now, like it's slicked back, like, you know, like bad hair day, but like toss some hairspray on that bitch, slick it down. That's in right now. Like you can get away with like,
it's also part of your job, I think, as a hairstylist. And the nice thing is, I mean, I don't know if, I assume most salons don't have a uniform.
Right.
I'm sure there are some out there that do. But the nice thing is, like, you can still, like we said, express yourself and like wear what you want to wear. But putting in that effort is part of being a hairstylist, because that is the industry that we're in. It's the industry of putting in effort on your appearance.
Well, and like people feel like clients feel more pampered when they're in a more luxurious environment. Like the salon that we work at is gorgeous. Like it is very beautiful. It's all very like cohesive with, you know, all the decor is just like very chic, very boho.
It's a brand. Like you can tell the brand.
Yes, like you can see the brand. If you walked in the doors and you see this beautiful salon in front of you,
you have
and then everyone
someone crawling out,
and everyone, imagine every single stylist is wearing sweatpants and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
You'd be like, what the fuck did I just walk into? Like, what is going, like, I'm in the corner, like, like, you know, like demon time. Like, no one is going to feel pampered, you know? But if you walk into this environment and everyone, like, looks like they've put themselves together, like, everyone looks happy, you know, glowing, you know, you're going to feel more pampered.
I'm sorry, I can't even, like, I can't get that out of my head. You're just like,
balayage, like
oh my god. But I think it's all about perception,
and it depends on your brand. It depends on like how are you marketing yourself, and what is your brand, like that's,
and how you look
like
is your brand.
Other salons are going to be different than our salon. Other suites are going to be different than, like, every stylist is different, and I love that about our industry. Like I love, like, you can be whoever you want to be, and you can market yourself however you want to market yourself, and you're going to attract the clients that you want in the process of that, you know? Like I think that it's great that I work in a salon that is marketed in a way that I don't have to change myself to fit it. Like I'm not like the way that you market for the salon is the same way that I would market for myself. So like it's a good fit. But, like if I was working at a salon and everyone, you know,
like more alternative or something.
Like I would probably like be a little out of place, like with my own marketing and my own presentation. I wouldn't feel like I was playing the part, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like I feel like if I worked at a really like conservative salon, like with like everyone is wearing buttons all the way to the top and sweaters and like what, I would be really out of place. Like I'm not sitting here with like, you know, my butt cheeks hanging out, but like I like that freedom of like, okay, I can have my legs out, you know, like I can wear something with a little slight off shoulder, you know, like still classy, but like I can still express myself the way that I like to, and I can dress the way that I like to. And I think that's important marketing. It's important for your brand. Like it just is.
And that is what your brand is. Like you are your brand, and like the way that you dress is communicating to your client without saying it, like what you're about, kind of thing. Imagine
going to a doctor and they are like disheveled as shit. Like, are you gonna trust them with your health? No.
Yeah.
You know, but when a doctor looks like they like freshly shaved, or like their hair is slicked back and they smell nice, and they're, you know, like,
or like if you go to a doctor and they're like, oh yeah, the last time I got blood work done was like 3 years ago.
Right.
You're like, oh, so like, is this a hoax? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just have to really.
Or like if I was sitting here looking at my clients being like, I don't use heat protection, and like, I don't,
yeah,
you know, like,
then they're like, okay,
then I won't either, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it's all correlated. It's all very important in my opinion. Yeah.
But also with like how you dress and like that being your perception, I think it goes a little bit deeper than that too. I feel like we're in a very intimate industry, meaning that these clients are not only seeing you, but they're seeing you for hours at a time. And I think more so than just like your appearance being like your branding, but I also think, and I don't know if this is like going off topic, but kind of like the self-awareness, which I think is appearance, right? Like if you're presenting yourself, like you have that self-awareness, but also like when they're sitting in your chair, having that self-awareness of like what you're saying to someone, that also reflects your brand. Is that like way off topic?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's still presentation. Like, it's still like the way you communicate is still how you present yourself.
I feel like it's more than just how you look. I think it's also how you act when someone's in your chair.
It's the way you act.
Hey.
It's the way you act.
Okay. I think, yeah, like if you are acting, I don't know, they're just sitting in your chair, especially if you're doing blonding for 3, 4, 5 hours at a time. And if you can't like gauge the conversation, know when to stop talking, or know like how to guide maybe a controversial topic that they're trying to talk about, like it's all about, and that again, that's perception too. They pick up on that. Like if you are talking about something that it's like too much, I don't want to say like too much of your opinion in the conversation, but like you don't know what makes people feel comfortable and not, and I feel like that is also like their perception of you. And you could do the best hair ever, but if you're making someone uncomfortable in your chair and like where they're like, oh, I don't know about this, like they're not gonna come back even if their hair looked bomb. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Like I just think perception is everything, and it's such the opposite thing that I would say to someone not in the hair industry, like don't care what people think about you, right? But like you do have to care what people think about you in the hair industry, because these people are your income
on a professional level. You have to care what people think.
You do. And it's so hard, and I think that also bounces off of like the people pleasing and all that. It's just all kind of tying together, full circle. Wow. But I think all of that, like you do have to care of someone's perception of you, because at the end of the day, you're trying to build a clientele. You're trying to build that relationship, a professional relationship at that, to where they're gonna feel comfortable coming back. And so I think you have to have all this stuff, perception in order, because you're trying to win them over, like have them come back and like continue seeing you.
I'll literally like, you know, I'll look at my day before I start, obviously, so I know what I'm doing when. But like, say like my first client is one that I like, we just are cracking up the whole time. Like I just know, like and like that's the energy that I'm gonna bring to work, you know. Like I'm like, all right, I've got my silly, like loud, fun, free-spirited client coming in today. Like, let me listen to some good music, get myself like ready to go. And then say my second client is like the one that we literally don't speak. Like you have to be able to like blend that, you know. You can't be the same exact energy for every single client, because not everyone comes in with the same energy. And you don't have to bend your own personality for it. Like I feel like my personality is consistent with all my clients, but it's the energy of my delivery, you know what I mean? Like if I have a client who, like, I mean, I have numerous clients that we barely speak. Like we don't speak beyond like, what do you want done with your hair today? The end of story. You know, like, what do you want done with your hair? How do you feel about your hair? Does this water temp feel okay? You know, that's like the most our communication
goes. But that's that self-awareness that you need to have, and that like that's their perception of you, and like that's what makes them comfortable, and you have to be able to perceive that and like be okay with that. I don't know, I hate when like people try to like force conversations too much.
Just don't.
Some people don't. I love talking, but when I'm getting my hair done, I don't want to. I just want to sit there and get my hair done, and that's okay. But as a stylist, you need to be able to have that self-awareness. Also, I don't know, I think
it's like when I get my nails done, I really don't want to chat that much.
I don't talk at all.
Like,
I don't.
We'll have a brief catch up, like, you know, and it'll be like, hey, how have you been? How's work? Whatever. But like, I just want to literally just zone out. I just want to zone out. I can't use my hands. I can't go on my phone. Nothing. I just want to zone out. You know, like, and usually my nail girl like picks up on that. Like,
I listen to a podcast.
Really?
Yeah. It makes it go by. I don't know why getting your nails done is so boring.
Yeah, it is. So boring. Wish I could drop my hands off.
I know.
Yeah.
Or just like, sorry, this is off topic, but I wish that I can do one hand at a time and always be on my phone. Like, when they do both hands, I'm like, is this necessary? Can you just do one at a time so I can
I get
something?
I get that.
But I don't know, I think perception is everything. Having the self-awareness to dress nice, to be able to carry the conversation, to know when to talk, when not to talk, when you're making a client uncomfortable. Sometimes the lines get blurred because you're spending all this time with someone, and maybe you feel comfortable and you say something and it's a strong opinion.
Yeah.
You have to be able to be like, oh, they're being quiet now. Let me just not keep going with that.
Yeah, like let me just move the conversation away.
Yeah.
Let me just shut up.
Right.
Basically.
Yeah.
Let me just shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not, I don't think it's that difficult, but it's also something that you have to like look for. Like, you can't just like go on autopilot and like walk, you know, aimlessly through your appointments. Like, you have to like be aware, like, are you comfortable? Is this client comfortable? Is this client engaged?
Yeah.
Like, does she want to be a part of this conversation? Like,
yeah. And I think just not blurring the lines, like I said, like, if I have clients that I've been seeing for 5+ years, I will still dress nice.
Yeah.
Because I can easily wear sweatpants and whatever, but what that's going to do is at checkout, are they going to see the value in me? If I'm like, oh yeah, girlfriend, like whatever, like
imagine if you just regress every time.
Yeah, and if you're just blurring those lines, like, I start dressing bad, I start to just say whatever the fuck I want to say. I'm like, oh my god, who did you vote for? Like, if it gets too comfortable, you know, like, if you start blurring those lines and like, you know, I don't know, I just don't think, I think once perception of you as a stylist starts getting blurred, your value starts going down, the respect starts going down, and it leads to losing clients.
My forehead's twitching.
Are you gonna die? No, I'm just kidding. You're fine. It's like the worst thing I could have said to you. Sorry.
I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. It's everything.
I think also with just, and maybe this is just me, but you know, we work in front of a mirror. Like, you have constant eyes on your own self. Like, yes, you're looking at the hair, but like, you look up to engage in whatever conversation. Like, you're gonna see yourself. Like, personally, I can't take myself seriously if I'm like
a goofy goober
some type of way, you know. Like, if I look at myself and I'm like, damn, that's what I look like I gotta do something with my hair while she's processing, or like, you gotta, like, for me it's a confidence thing, you know. Like, I like to feel confident in what I'm doing, and part of feeling confident in what I'm doing is also like looking good. But that's me just in life though. Like,
but yeah, I mean, but I'm a strong believer in like, you look good, you do good.
Yeah,
if absolutely. I look like shit, I will just feel like shit and I'll feel lazy.
Yes. Even
on the days when Friday I had my period, and I was just like, I felt like shit, but you would never know, and that helps me kind of be better because I look the part.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So much that goes into it, but I think it's just an important little topic to hit, and I think it's important just to have the self-awareness.
And this isn't us being like, you can't do hair if you're not dressed this way. Like, that's not the point.
No, I just think we're stressing the importance of like looking the part, you know.
Can't be too careful these days.
I know, now I'm paranoid. I'm like, careful what you say.
Careful.
My carpal tunnel is hurting me today.
Really?
It's on. Is this usually the hand that it's on? Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it's hurting me. It's like numb all here. It's okay. I'll be okay.
Dude, yesterday I was laying down and I thought I was fully going into like cardiac arrest because my whole hand went numb.
Was it your left hand?
Yep.
God, I hate that. You know what happens to me? I don't know why this has been happening to me. Sorry, we're over that conversation. Look good, be good.
Look good, feel good, do good, attract good.
Anyway, let's talk about my body.
Yeah. Anyways, let's talk about how hot and sexy I am. No,
no, I've been waking up a lot with body parts numb.
Same.
I don't know if it's like a sleeping position that I'm in, but like
now.
I'll wake up and like my hand will be numb or my foot, and I'm just like, I'll literally be like this, trying to like.
Wait, that's been happening to me too.
Really?
Yes, I'll literally wake up and have to like shake life back into my hand.
That's weird. Why did the things happen to us? Remember when we were like waking up really tired?
Yes. Oh my god. Are we in sync?
I think so.
Are we like connected? Wait, I want to do that thing, where you look at the moon phases. I wonder what our moon phases look like next to each other.
Oh, where they put it together. And
yeah. I want to see.
Okay.
I'm just gonna use TikTok.
I have a feeling you're gonna have a full moon.
No, mine's not a full moon. Mine is a I want to say a waning gibbous moon.
Is this accurate? This looks like just like a little TikTok filter.
Well, I am using a TikTok filter, but yeah, the moon phase is accurate.
Okay. Oh
Don't
God,
kill me.
I hope we line up.
It's April 24th of what?
1995.
Okay.
I'm a 90s baby.
Okay, let's see. You ready? That's almost.
Oh my God, we can each other.
Wait, that's weird. Wait.
Courtney.
Kate, that's actually insane.
We complete each other, and then that little gap is just like the difference of us.
That's crazy. Y'all, it is actually almost an exact full moon.
Courtney's is like almost a full moon, and mine is barely
a little
a moon.
like sliver, and then there's like a tiny little gap.
What does that mean?
That's crazy.
What?
We were meant to be podcast partners.
Oh my God, good doing business with you.
Good doing business
oh
with
my
you.
God.
Whoa, that was crazy.
Why do I barely have a moon? What does that mean though?
That doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's just the moon phase. Like that's what the moon was looking like when you were born,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what the moon looked like when you were born. That's the cycle it was in.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's wild. Whoa.
I feel so connected to you.
This is so cute.
Wow.
Everyone send in your birthdays so we can see how we can compat with all of our listeners.
Let's see if we all are compatible.
Are we compatible with our listeners?
So you guys, I also want to do a little advice segment. I feel like I've said this before, but I just vanished it. I really want to do at the end of every episode, like just advice.
Yeah.
And I said it on the last episode, but if you want to leave us a little voice message with what you need advice on, share your experience, anything like that, it's probably going to be in our YouTube bio. Click that and leave us a little message. It's 100% anonymous unless you don't want it to be. So I had someone message us wanting advice, and I'm so sorry if you messaged us and we haven't gotten to you.
Yeah.
We'll make our rounds. But I thought this one was interesting. She doesn't care if it's anonymous or not. So her name is Blake. Hi, Blake.
Hey, Blake.
Hey. So she says, I'm stuck in this place of being about half booked and can't seem to get anyone else in my chair. Any tips? ? Sorry. I just read the question mark. Also, my hair page is blank if you have any tips on social media. So yeah, I want to look at her hair page and give her some advice. I don't want to share her hair page even though she says she doesn't care, just because I don't want to do that. Okay, so she's half booked and can't seem to get anyone else in her chair. Here's her hair page. So I'm going to describe it to you guys. She has her name on there. She has Stylist at the salon that she works at. And she has one highlight that says corrections. And then her page is a mixture of hair and nails. Cute.
These nails are fire.
Yeah, you do some good nails. So it's a lot of nails, hair, men's cut or pixie cuts. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think based on what I'm looking at, first and foremost, as far as marketing goes, I would try to avoid brick wall.
Yeah.
Invest in like a little backdrop, like a photo backdrop of some kind, like just a plain, I'm sure they have them on Amazon. We had one before we had that big one. We had like that little like portable one, like one side is black, one side is white, whatever. But just having like a solid neutral background is a really good way to like market it, like keeping keeping the background as a background and not as like adding busyness to photos.
Yeah, it's a lot of brick walls, but then it's also like random backgrounds, and then she has some blanks. Yeah. So I think your background needs to be way more consistent in every photo. So when people look at it, they're like, oh, that's Blake's work. Yeah. So that's like off the top of like just looking at your stuff. I don't think you should be posting hair and nails on one Instagram page. I think if you want to do both, okay, but I think you should have a dedicated hair page and a dedicated nail page, because someone who's looking for hair isn't always looking for a nail person, and I think that can almost dilute your work in a way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Focus on, lighting, background, and consistency. I feel like consistency, it's just like pleasing to the eye. It's easy to get lost in like scrolling through people's Instagram when it's just like easy on the eyes, like the work that you're doing is stunning.
Yeah, you do beautiful work. I just think
marketing wise,
I just don't think your background is capturing it. Brick walls are so distracting. It's too busy. Like look how beautiful this is, stunning. But
like you just see so much brick.
There's so much brick everywhere. So I think change your background, get 2 different Instagram accounts. Right? Like, what do you feel with that?
No, I agree. But I also feel like, I don't know, if there was like an organized like schedule of posting, like if you wanted to keep it like hair and nails, like if you don't want to have separate Instagrams, like break it up in a way that it like looks
more organized.
Like it'll like have like a row of nails, like 3 nails back to back and then 3 hair back to back. That way it's like consistent with like, as you scroll, it's like here's nails, here's hair, here's nails, here, like that kind of thing.
I like that. But I'm just like, to be fully honest, I don't think if I was looking for a hairstylist and I didn't see that they were like 100% dedicated to just hair, that would throw me off. Not saying that every client's like that, but I just think that's a good tip to build your clientele, because it's like, which clientele are you trying to build?
Yeah, totally.
I also think your bio, you need to take advantage of that space when people click and that's the first thing they see is your bio. I think you need to put the city that you're from. So like we're in Wake Forest stylist, Raleigh stylist. Like you need to have that on there. I think you should tag the salon that you work at in your bio. And I think
have like a website link or some kind of like pricing transparency, like either in a highlight or like a
utilize
link to a website.
Yeah,
like this is like just like immediate reaction when I'm looking to book with someone for like aesthetics or whatever. If I'm clicking on their Instagram, I want it all to be super accessible for me to understand like where to book, how to book, what it's gonna cost, where they're located. Like just like all of it needs to be like really easily accessible in front of you. It shouldn't be something that they're like hunting down,
So utilize that link area for sure. I mean, how can they book with you? I go on this and I don't see a way to book with you at all. I don't see a price list. I mean, that will save a lot of your time. If you're out of someone's price budget and they see right off the bat, you don't have to worry about going back and forth with them. I think you need to utilize your highlight area. The only highlight that you have is corrections. But what does that mean? Is that like your favorite thing to do? Why is that the only highlight that you have?
Right.
I also, again, some people may not agree. I think you got to niche down a little bit. I think, first of all, what a talent to be great at all these things. Like, I cannot do men's cut. I can't do fashion colors. I can't do pixies like this. Yeah. I could never. Fire. I literally could never do that.
Fire.
But I think you need to niche down, because if you're having a hard time gaining clientele, when they look at this, let's say you love doing men's cuts. You only have, I don't know, a handful. So they're going to be like, oh, she doesn't really do that. Or if you love doing blondes. Again, I don't see a lot of blondes. I see a lot of, so like you have to, even though right now maybe you're just taking what you could get, right? Because you're trying to build your books, only post what you want to attract.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, like think about the clients that you want, think about the services you want to do and post those.
And lastly, I think use some hashtags. Use some local hashtags. None of your photos have hashtags. And hashtags make you pop up on the explore page.
Post some reels too.
Yeah, definitely get on. God, reels are such a pain in the ass. But you know, coming from the one shot.
No, for real.
I do think reels are important because Instagram wants to up whatever their new feature is. Their new feature is reels, so you need to utilize that. They will bump you up like automatically.
Use a trending sound.
Yes. Yeah.
Just get some like be in front of the camera. That's like something that people really like now.
People do love that.
So like if you're in the content, even better.
Yeah, and just look at what you find yourself liking on Instagram and then try to replicate that and make it your own. I think that would be good too. Yeah, but overall, I mean, you do great work. It's beautiful. But I think if you take some of those tips and clean up your Instagram, that's where I would start. Now, I don't know you personally. I don't know what your client experience is like. But make sure your client experience is always on. Make sure that if you do something and you don't love it, don't be embarrassed by it. Just be like, hey, don't love this. Let's redo it. Come back another day. People will respect that so much. Your appearance, make sure you're looking the part to build that clientele. Make sure you're telling all your clients that you do have, hey, I'm just starting out. Will you post about me and tag me? I would so appreciate that. Like,
oh my god, if you post something on your Instagram, like tag me. Like I want to see what your hair looks like when you do it later, or like when you go out later. Like,
spread the word. Like I'm trying to build my clientele. Little things like that will go a long way. But I think start out with cleaning up this Instagram, because this is where you can get a lot of free clients.
Big time.
But yeah, I can go on and on, but I'm gonna stop there because I don't want to overwhelm. Wow, I hope that helped you.
That helped.
But yeah, you guys, if you have any advice that you would like, if you want us to look at your Instagram or just anything, leave us a little voice message or DM us your Instagram and we can do that too. That's kind of fun.
That is kind of fun.
Ooh, I like it. Maybe in the future we can like have like mirror it.
And
have people see what we're looking at, if they're cool with it being anonymous.
Like blur out the name
or
or
I
something.
can blur.
Ooh,
cool.
I like that.
All right, well, I gotta skedaddly do out of here.
Skedaddly doodah. But thanks for joining us today.
We love you guys.
Love you so much. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Bitches in the Breakroom, Caitlyn's Instagram.
Caitlyn Command Hair.
Mine is Courtney Cab Hair. And we love you.
Bye.
Wow.
Go listen to the Pink Print too.